Hey, this is Gary from 3Bug Media, and today we're going to talk about local online marketing and the customer life cycle. Okay, we have it broken down into 5 areas: awareness, evaluate, engage, purchase, and review. So it's important that you understand each of these stages because not all of these stages you're going to be aware of. So you need to make sure that you have the right elements in place to make sure that you are a part of each stage of this customer life cycle, or you may miss out on a potential customer without even knowing it. Okay, important thing to know is Google did a study and they discovered that by the time a customer contacts you as a local business, they've already done 80% of their research. So a customer today is not like a customer 10 or 15 years ago. They're coming to you armed with tons of information. They already have a very good idea of what they want to buy, how it works. Now they're more evaluating the different vendors. Are they going to buy from you, or are they going to buy from a competitor? So you need to understand that, and you need to understand what that customer life cycle looks like. Okay, so the first one we're going to talk about is awareness. Okay, so aware is when the customer starts doing their research. They decide that they need something, and they're going to start their journey and start doing their research. Okay, and it's your job as a business to make sure when they're ready to start looking that you can be found. And this is one of the big reasons why traditional advertising doesn't really work that well anymore, because in the past you would send out flyers, print books, coupons, things like that. But if people aren't interested in that, they're not ready to hire a landscaper or a plumber or something like that, it's going to go right in the garbage. But the second that they need that service, they're going to go straight to online, and you better be there because they have little time, little tolerance, and if they can't find you, they're going to go straight to a competitor. Okay, so how do they find you? Well, number one, search engine. So you have Google and Bing. Make sure you have a presence there, people can find you. Social media, people are going to search social media, online advertising, directories, blogs if you're doing content creation, and YouTube if you're doing video, things like that. You need to make sure that people can find you. And how do you do that? You're going to do that through SEO and local SEO, search engine optimization, to make sure if somebody goes in and they Google, plumbers in Denver or something like that, that your website shows up somewhere on the first page of Google. Okay. Same thing. If you can't get your website to show up, then you can do online ads to show up when people decide to show up for, to search for those things. So search engine, social media, make sure you have a presence on social media. Understand where your type of customer hangs out, whether that's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, things like that. Make sure you have some sort of presence on there. Okay, so if people decide to search on Facebook, that they can find you and it's up to date and everything's accurate and things like that. Same thing, online directories. Okay, make sure you participate in the top listings for your industry. Most of those are going to be Google My Business, Yellow Pages, Home Stars if you're a service business in Canada, or Angie's List if you're here in the States, Yelp, things like that. So you may have different criteria, but those are some of the top ones. Make sure you have a presence, you've claimed your listing, all your information is accurate. So if somebody decides to search via directory, maybe look on Yelp or something like that, that they can find your business on there. And if you're doing content creation, through blogs, creating videos like this one I'm making right now, that's going to go on YouTube, make sure you create content and you're sharing it on social media so people can find you. Okay, so these are some of the ways people will be able to find you when they decide they're going to start looking. Okay, the next stage is going to be evaluate. And evaluate is they've already found you, or they found you and a couple of competitors, and now they're going to sit down and they're going to start doing their research. Okay, and they're going to evaluate you compared to some of your competitors. Okay, and bear in mind, these 2 stages are happening before anybody ever contacts you. So you have no idea. So if 5 people are, when we get to the engage stage, if 5 people are contacting you a month, you may actually have 30 or 40 people investigating you every month, but they're not contacting you. And that, should be worrisome for you, but it's important to make sure that you have these stages covered for your business, okay? So in the evaluate stage, they're gonna go to your website, they're gonna look at your Google My Business listing, They're going to check out your social media profiles, check out your online reviews, things like that. And they're going to start doing their research on your business. They're going to want to know what, current customers and past customers have to say about you. They're going to look at your website. They're going to look at your Google My Business listing. They're going to check out they may check out your social media profile to see what kind of content you're promoting on there. So it's very, very important that you keep your data and your information accurate and updated. Last thing you want to do is somebody, finds you on Instagram and, you change your website or you change your phone number or something like that, and now they go to call and they get the wrong number and then they give up and go to somebody else. So make sure, if you do have a presence somewhere, make sure that it's accurate, it's updated, so people, or however they decide to, evaluate you, that the information is going to be accurate and it's going to be representative of what you want them to know. Okay? The next stage is going to be engage, and a lot of times this is the first time that they're going to let you know that they're interested in your business. So, but most of the people are going to be up here. So, which is why, like we said, you make sure that you have all these bases covered. But the next stage is engage, and that's where they're going to contact you. They made a decision. They evaluated you. They decided that they want to learn more. So at this point, they're going to call you. They may fill out a form. They may, if you have chat, maybe they start a chat with you. They may sign up for something on your website, maybe an email list, or maybe you're giving something away, or they'll follow you on Facebook or follow you on, Instagram or, anywhere on social media to learn more about you. Okay. And they're going to do this through your website, through Google My Business, through social media, through your citations. Citations are making sure, like we were talking about directory listings, making sure that, if you're on the yellow pages, if you're on Yelp, that all your information is accurate and up to date. So at this point, they're going to reach out to you. The most important thing to know with this is, besides making sure your data is accurate, is that you have easy ways for people to contact you. Okay, it's your phone number's easy to find. You have multiple forms on your website where people can easily fill out a form and reach out to you. Maybe you have chat or something like that, maybe a chat bot. At the very least, you should always have some sort of call to action to sign up for your email list. And a call to action isn't, sign up for our newsletter. People don't necessarily sign up for no reason. Give them a good reason. So if you're a financial planner, maybe offer, a free planning guide for saving for college that you're marketing towards, parents with young kids, something like that. Give them a good reason to opt in, because same thing, people are going to come to your website, they're going to start evaluating you. A lot of people may still not contact you, and getting an email address is a good way to at least capture their information, and hopefully down the road, a couple weeks or even maybe a couple months, they'll be ready to start a conversation with you. So make sure that you have multiple ways for people to contact you and different options, because not everyone's going to want to do a phone call. Not everyone's going to be up for social media. Make sure you give multiple options for people to participate and start to engage with you and your company. Okay. The next step is purchase. So, they're happy at this point. They're going to become your customer. That's great. If you're e-commerce, they can buy online. If not, buy at your location or whatever it is offline. At this point, most businesses, unfortunately, especially local businesses, somebody buys from them, they thank them, and then you never hear from them again on there. Don't do that, because when somebody makes a purchase from you, that is probably the most ecstatic they will ever be about your business. Okay, that's when they're at their high. They just made the decision to make a purchase. They're trying to reassure themselves that they made the right decision. It's your job is to reaffirm that. Okay, reaffirm that they made the right decision. Thank them. Do a follow-up, things like that. And to have a sequence, have a plan set up for when people purchase from you, because the best time to get somebody to purchase from you again is right after they make their first purchase from you. They may not buy right away, but you can slowly start setting the stage for them to become a regular customer of yours. So have a follow-up sequence, whether that's phone calls, you're sending, you have a periodic phone call set, or you're just mailing them stuff. Or at the very least, you have some sort of email marketing system set up, or maybe you have 3 or 4 onboarding emails that you set up. And then once somebody makes a purchase, then you put them in that onboarding sequence, and they're automatically going to get several emails from you. Okay. And the last one for local marketing here, and the holy grail, is to get a positive review from that customer. Very difficult to do. Most small businesses struggle with getting reviews for their company. Here's a couple tips. Number one, never send out a mass email. Never send out a mass email to your whole database saying, hey, please leave us a review. Nobody will leave a review for you. It doesn't work like that. You need to personalize it, make it one-on-one, and you need to have the right timing, and you need to choose the right platform. Okay? So when it comes to personalizing, you may call people, you may send them a note card immediately after they make a purchase, thank them and ask them for a review. The more scalable way to do it is through email, where you send a one-on-one email. The great thing with email now is you can personalize the email where people think you sent them a one-on-one email, but really it was something that was automated, because you can address them by name and you can, sign your name at the end, things like that. But make it seem like it's personal. It's a one-on-one. You're making a personal request just to them to leave a review. And timing, the best time to do it is right after they make a purchase. Okay, like I said, that is when they're going to be the most enthusiastic about their purchase, is right after they do it. So strike while the iron's hot. Even if you have a great product or service, over time, people are, number one, going to lose their enthusiasm. They're not going to be as excited, even though they might still be very happy with it. And number two, sometimes, people start to pick out little flaws that maybe have nothing to do with your product or service, or maybe they just haven't used it the way they thought they were, so they're not as enthusiastic now about it. So strike while the iron's hot and get a review right away. Timing's critical, and choose the right platform. One of the things we tell local businesses is we recommend not using Yelp. Yelp is notorious for filtering out and not publishing reviews, especially positive reviews for a business, unless you're a very active Yelper. So you use the Yelp platform all the time. If you don't, almost guaranteed your review is not going to go public on there. So keep that in mind, unless you're a restaurant and that's your only review platform. Otherwise, focus on Google My Business. If you're a service, then Angie's List, Homestars, Yellow Pages, Facebook reviews. Those are all kind of general, really good, solid review places. But choose the right platforms for your business. So search as you would like a customer. See what shows up in Google, what review platforms show up. Concentrate on those, and also, search for your business and see what review sites come up, and make sure you have a good presence on those as well. So choosing the right platform is very important. Okay, so this is, a local online marketing customer life cycle: awareness, evaluate, engage, purchase, review. Make sure that you have all of these in place, because like I said, the first half, you'll never know. People will come and go and decide not to use you, and you'll never know, and you'll never have the opportunity to speak to them. But once they do, make sure that you create a positive user experience for your customer. Okay? If you want to learn more, go to 3Bug Media, and thank you very much and have a good day.